and gentlemen, welcome to McKinney Arena, McKinney Center, where it's time for Game 4 of the 2026 Meredith Cup semifinals to begin. The Six Nations Stealth and the Whitby Warriors, Six Nations up 2-1 in this best of 5. The Warriors coming off of a very difficult loss last night. We'll see if they're able to turn it around. For the Stealth, you have to keep the pedal to the metal. For the Warriors, you have to recognize last night is nothing but a memory, maybe a painful one, but you can turn it all into a learning experience by winning this game and then prevailing in a Game 5. We got to get to Game 5 first, and the Warriors know that they're in for a dogfight. These two teams have played two very tight games after Six Nations kind of ran away in Game 1. The Warriors won Game 2 here 15-13, and then the Stealth coming back down by 3 goals in the third. They won 11-10 last night at home. Ryerson Montour with the overtime winner last night, and here come the Warriors, the hometown team. And by all accounts, this arena here in Whitby, McKinney Arena, is rocking. We got a good crowd on hand, getting ready for Game 4 of this series. Meanwhile, in the other series, we'll get to an update. Peterborough up 2-0 over Cornwall, looking to close out the Celtics, although you know the Celtics will be very difficult. They're playing at Benson Center. Cornwall up 3-1 right now over Peterborough in the second period. And you know the Celtics, they're there for a dogfight. Cornwall, it's like night and day when they're at home versus when they're on the road. And technically, like I said during Game 1 of our broadcast last week, Cornwall doesn't have to win any home games or road games technically to win that series. Although the Peterborough Lakers, the 2-time defending Meredith Cup champions, know how to win. And we'll be right back as we'll now listen to this rendition of O Canada. games on the chopping block in the Meredith Cup playoffs tonight. The Cornwall Celtics and the Whitby Warriors. Cornwall on the chopping block at Benson Center right now. Celtics have a 3-1 lead. That game started at 8:30. And here, another late start, 9 p.m. We welcome you inside McKinney Center here in Whitby, Ontario. Game 4. A lot of great lacrosse being played all over. The Senior B Rivermen playing right now. The Senior B Mohawks played earlier tonight, dropping an 8-2 decision to the Akwesasne Bucks. Obviously, the OJLL final, the Whitby Warriors in another tight battle there. They were tied 3-3 last checked against St. Catharines. That's Canada Games Place. Of course, you got the OJBLL final starting tomorrow at an OLA in Akwesasne. And here we go with Game 4. The Six Nations Stealth trying to advance to the final. The Whitby Warriors hoping to see Game 5 on Sunday night. Let's have a look at our starting netliners. Hayden Burkholm getting the call for Whitby. Hayden Hearn on the other side. Okay. So it's Caden against Caden. Caden Hearn in goal for Six Nations. He came in relief after Carter Martin started last night. Whitby was up 8-5 when the Stealth made the goaltending change, and Hearn was terrific as the Stealth came back and won. Feed out in front. Chance! Off the post. They score. It trickles in. Terrell Garlow has gotten Six Nations on the board. This one was originally stopped. They hit the crossbar and trickled in. And the Stealth scored 22 seconds in. It's 1-0 Six Nations. Well, this is different than Game 3 was. Game 3, it took, over 11 minutes before either team finally got on the board. Stealth pick it up. Here's LaForme. Waiting, gets the screen. Now fires one, and Burkholm says no. Burkholm up the floor. Caught by Bennett McLean. He had 2 goals last night. Here's a chance for the Warriors. They score. They come right back. It's tucked in. And some fans haven't even had the chance to sit down, and already, 54 seconds in, we've got a goal for both teams. And this baby is tied 1-1. Time to come here. Sorry, folks, we have an off-the-floor injury right now. Here come the Warriors, a bouncer. That's turned away. And a rebound. Six Nations turns it over. Come here, baby. Oh. What happened? You okay? All right, come here. I got you. Tie game here, 1-1. Whitby in possession. 1.5 minutes gone by in the first. Shot clock down to 7. And the Stealth scoop it up. Good aggressive play by Hearn. Coming out. Six Nations brings it over center. Stealth in black, Whitby in white. Back up top. Shot, save, rebound. Oh, what a denial! Burkholm flashes the shoulder, and the Stealth will get a first 30. Point blank chance too, right on the doorstep. And now the Stealth play one at the house, and a rifle turned aside by Burkholm. A rebound deflected, comes loose, and that one will go off of a Whitby stick, and the Warriors scoop it up. Here comes Wamble. Waiting for help, and he hits a trailer. That's Carter. Number 26. This game tied at 1, 17:30 to go, period 1. Please note this is the first period. This game only started at 9 o'clock. The other game in the playoffs, Cornwall and Peterborough 3-1 Celtics after the first at Benson Center. Like we said off the top, having seen Cornwall about 6 times this year, Cornwall night and day at home versus on the road. As here come the Stealth. Six Nations with 8 to shoot. Brandon Green, he had a goal, 3 assists last night, 4 points. Brief side attempt, stuffed out, and it'll be Warriors ball. This game is tied at 1. There's 16:50 to go, period 1. Y'all go for joining us here on this Friday night. We're in Whitby at McKinney Center. I know I'm almost always here every year for minor lacrosse, but this year it's a little bit different. I'm actually going to be here Sunday, I believe, as well for U9. As the Warriors pick it up, 5 seconds to go on the shot. Played back out. Here's a rifle, and that doesn't get through. Shot clock violation. Whitby, we're going Six Nations ball. And the Stealth now bring it back. Comes across center. Ryerson Mator, the overtime winner last night. He wears number 9. This is number 19, Jay Jackson Henhawk. Henhawk out in front, quick 6 score. What's the Thomas, who had 3 points last night, puts this one home, and the Stealth are up 2-1 with 16:05 to go here in the first. You want ice cream? Here come the Stealth, and that's thrown away. Six Nations leading by a count of 3-1. Sorry, folks, if I do go in and out of focus here with my words. It's just my poor girl got hit. She was playing, and she got hit by a lacrosse ball in the mouth. She's tough, though. She'll be all right. There's a shot, block. We got a whistle, and a crease violation on the Warriors. We're going Six Nations ball. Wessa Thomas has made it 2-1 Stealth here in Game 4. Six Nations hoping to advance to the final, and Whitby hoping to force Game 5 on Sunday at the ILA. Back out in front. There's a shot through traffic, and Burkholm does well to get that one. Well, 3 goals in the first 3.5 minutes of this one. I mean, it's looking more like Game 2 was. And there's Hurt with the save. And I'm sure the goalies and the defense were sick and tired of hearing about a 15-13 game in Game 2. Stealth, bring it back in. They're up 2-1. Six Nations at black, Whitby and white. That's thrown off of a Stealth stick. Jake Sky trying to pick it up. Shot clock's at 10. The Stealth still got a chance here. A long drive, and that's handled by Burkholm. Flips it up to center. Caught in the trolley tracks. Good work by Liam Coach to avoid one of the Stealth that were coming his way. That one deflected away by Bryce Doolittle, number 17. And the Stealth come back. 2-1 advantage, Six Nations, 14 minutes to go. On the left-hand side of the goal. And that one is thrown away by Six Nations. Comes back out, 7 to shoot, knocked away. And here come the Warriors picking it up. They may have numbers here if they hustle, but they'll slow it up. 2-1 lead, Kimura. He had 8 points in Game 2. And in the game we saw against the Hunters this year at Gunawaga, he had 3 goals, 4 assists, 7 points. That one thrown away. No, not thrown away. Sorry, it was deflected by a Stealth stick. Shot clock down to 5. It's rifled back down the floor. The Stealth have to get defense here, and they will. Shot clock violation, Whitby. Six Nations ball. 13-10 to go in period 1. Adoni Randy Bordo Yojat. Six Nations Stealth 2. Whitby Warriors 1. Here come the Stealth. Comes back out. Sky with the pass, and that one gets away from Brandon Green. And that pass is broken up. Good deflection. Yeah, I'm going to move here, actually. Shot comes in, save made. Yeah, I'm going to move because that pane of glass is not that clean. Or not clean, sorry, just it's old. Playing out in front, no one home. Picked back up by the Stealth, comes back out. Howitzer, save! Burke home. Oh! Yeah, she can have one. She can have one. She's tough. Oh, that garbage is stuck. Sorry, folks, I'm just trying to adjust my camera settings here. Here's Sky back for Six Nations. Sky throws it out. Comes back to the top. There's a shot. Missed. A rebound. Back out. Shot clock down to 10. Stealth still in possession. Back out in front. Oh, what a goal! Jackson Henhoff alone in front. And the Stealth are up by 2 here, 3-1. Timeout on the floor. 3-1, 11:42 to go, period number 1. What, you don't think I like freezies? I love freezies. You like freezies, dog.
I said I don't really care about my tooth.
Good.
I actually really
I got one knocked out playing baseball all those years ago.
Still scared of the ball?
No. I was only scared after I realized it came out. All right, Six Nations leading Whitby by a count of 3-1. Ball is pass was broken up. Warriors get it back. They got to get it over. No. Like you heard from Jake Bomberry, our special guest color commentator last night, the whole NLL rules here of getting the ball over in 10 seconds, I feel adds a little bit of excitement to the game. Now the Stealth come in a shot, no. And don't forget, that's universal, all over from U11 on. Out in front. Sharp angle shot, no. Boy, if you're Brian LaForme, I know you're being unselfish, shoot that, and he does here. But he was wide open in front. Stealth, LaForme, out in front, shot over the top by Henhock. And that is a through crease on the Stealth. We're going Whitby ball. But, I mean, can't exactly say Brian LaForme hasn't shot the ball off. He's only top 2 in the league at scoring. I think he's shot the ball once or twice this year. 10:44 to go, period 1. Whitby trailing 3-1, and it's broken up nicely by the Stealth, and it deflects back out. No over or back. Picked back up by Whitby. Here comes Beatty. Beatty drops it back out. Ben McComb fires one, not on. And that'll bounce up and into the Six Nations Stealth bench. There's a shot off of his stick, and the Stealth will get a fresh 30 here. (3-1) Stealth, fresh 36 Nations, thrown out. That one went through the house, picked back up on the near side by Six Nations. Comes back out. There's a rifle not on, a rebound over the head, and That'll go back into Stealth territory. Over and back call against Six Nations. Whitby ball with 9:49 to go in the first. Whitby going right strong here. McLean back out. Beatty the shot. Save made and a rebound. Whitby's got a fresh 30. Comes back out. Open look. Pad save. That was Brendan McLean, number 9, that got turned away. And the Stealth are able to cross. Pass out in front. Here's a look. Score! Jake linebacker tucks it in 5-hole. And it is now 4-1 Six Nations. This is a tough one for the Warriors. They've been doing very well in the last little bit. Ever since Six Nations scored that third goal, Whitby pushing, getting more offense, getting second chance opportunities. And all it takes is a simple pick and roll. When you gamble too high like that, and the Stealth are able to capitalize, it's 4-1. I'm not ruling anything out after last night, though. Six Nations down by 3 in the third period, came back to win in overtime. 9 minutes to go in the first. 49 lacrosse minutes is an eternity. Back in front. Score! One Stealth. Riker powerless. It's stuck there. You can't move it. It's stuck. I don't know. The garbage can. Maybe the garbage can's the secret. And we've got a timeout on the floor. 8:53 to go in period 1. No, I thought I could move this, and then I realized it's
part of the high-tech branding system.
5-1 lead for Six Nations here with 8:53 to go in the first. Don't forget, we still got nearly 49 minutes. And the Celtics have gone up 5-2 over Peterborough in Cornwall. Like we said, Cornwall, it's like night and day when they're at home versus when they're on the road. That crowd in Cornwall, they really get behind their team. We saw it. You know, after every goal, they have their own goal song. It almost feels like you're in an Irish pub on St. Paddy's Day. They got the whole Celtics green thing working out there. But Peterborough's a 2-time defending champions. Beating that team 3 straight times, even in your own barn, is going to be difficult. Over here, Whitby trailing 5-1. Remember, in their last series against Peterborough, in Game 4, the Lakers went up by as many as 4 goals, and then the Warriors had an opportunity to tie it up late. Although, maybe not as much pressure because the loser of that series knew they were still going in this round as the wild card. There's a turnover by the Stealth. Good stick. They battle for it, knocked away, and that'll hit the ceiling and come down. And the Stealth get a fresh 30 here in the offensive zone. Six Nations just looks locked right now. Still got a lot of time left though. And we've got a moving pick called on the Stealth, Whitby ball. And again, folks, we want to continue to reiterate, just because it says Junior C doesn't mean the caliber of lacrosse here is not good nor exciting. I want to see one of these teams play in a Junior B league in another association. I bet you they'd be strong. There's a shot, save made. Whitby on it. First 30. Stealth pick it up. We got an injured Whitby Warrior behind the play. As soon as they touch it, the shot no. Unfortunately, the referee not able to blow it down, and they're going to blow it down here. We got a Warrior down on the floor. Took a hit, went into the boards awkwardly, and as part of our policy, we don't film injuries. It's just we let the Let the trainer and the player go hand in hand and work things out. Let's have a look at the other game, the Cornwall Celtics and the Peterborough Lakers. 5-2 Cornwall in the second at Benson Center. And the injured Warrior gets back up 3 times off the pitching machine. You're not scared anymore, eh? 5-1 Six Nations on top. There's 7:41 to go in period 1. I'm not quite sure what the shot clock was at. I didn't see it. Stealth in black and the Whitby Warriors in white. Six Nations trying to advance to the final. This Stealth franchise is a franchise that had never won a playoff series prior to this year. And they're 1 win away from getting on to the grand stage of the Meredith Cup playoffs. Shot, save, rebound, Six Nations on it. Because, baby, it's Junior C is still fast. Here comes Whitby, pushing it. Axel Baker drops it, and that'll go over the head of Carter McBride. McBride walks in, fires it, and hits the post. Well, like another McBride I knew that played for the Gunnawagi Mohawks years ago, Bobby McBride. I don't think he was as fast as Bobby. Bobby was one of the fastest players that you could see. Back on the Stealth, bringing it back in. Logan Dockstader back out. Garlow, he's got a goal of the night. Garlow just outside the house. That one deflects on goal, changes directions, and Burcombe have to be sharp. Whitby crosses center. 6:34 to go, period 1. Six Nations 5, Whitby 1. Feet out in front. There's a shot. Not on. And a rebound. Hacked back out to the front of the goal. And that one not on as well. And you see, things a little bit different now for the Warriors than they were in the first half of the game last night. Just kind of gripping those sticks a little too tight. You still got 46 minutes of time, even though the Stealth have a 5-1 lead. And if you're Six Nations, keep the foot on the gas. Shot. Big stick save by Burcombe. Gunnawagi U13 Team 1 won today, as you saw, over Simcoe 13-4. Ball comes in, turned aside, and we got a delayed penalty coming up to the Stealth. They're actually going to play Kawartha Lakes tomorrow. They win that game, they finish first in their pool. Kawartha Lakes tied Simcoe after beating Orangeville Team 2. So those two teams are fighting for first place overall. A tie would possibly put both teams in. You want to go for the win. This is a must-score power play for Whitby here. I really feel like they have to cut this at least a 3 or 2 by the end of the first. And if you're the Stealth, you just keep pressing here. Knocked away. Whitby picks it up. Meanwhile, behind the plate, Jake Sky tied up with one of the Whitby Warriors. 5:25 remaining period 1. And that pass thrown away, picked back up at the edge of the crease, shut down. Good save by Hayden Hearn. Brought back into Whitby territory. Myers gets it out, delayed penalty Warriors. Extra attacker comes on for Six Nations. 5-on-5, delayed call Whitby. LaForme, down low, stuffed by Burcombe, and he's got it. And the penalty is called for a slash. It's 4-on-4 for the next minute, and then the Stealth will go to work on an abbreviated power play. 4:52 remaining period 1. Six Nations Stealth 5, Whitby Warriors 1. This is game 4 of the 2026 Meredith Cup semifinals. And Cornwall has just gone up 6-2 over Peterborough down at Benson Center. Pass in front, LaForme missed it. Maybe the pass more like missed him. I don't think he missed it. Let's rephrase that. Here comes Whitby in transition. Tell you what, that's where the Warriors had success last night. They were speeding the game up. Maybe in the second period, when it's the period of the long change, you'll see a little more of that. Right now, I mean, the score is 5-1. You have to speed it up. Back out. Out in front. In too deep. And that is a moving Whitby ball. Coach gets it out. Warriors reloading. 4:10 to go in the first. Ben McComb swings it out. Tumpling. Shot clock down to 12. McLean fires, and that's there in the side by Hearn. And don't forget, Hearn came in last night halfway through the second period when they were down 8-5. And he's played very well since coming in for Carter Martin. Stealth now on a power play, abbreviated 40 seconds left on it. Back at the top. Pass to the middle, deflects, and it comes back out. Stealth got to fire it up here. No. Shot clock violation on the Stealth. Whitby ball. 29 seconds left to go in the penalty to the Warriors. And that is a moving pick. Back on the Stealth. Bring it in behind the goal. This is Francis. And he throws it out. LaForme fakes the pass. 7 to go in the penalty. LaForme fires, save, and a rebound picked up by Whitby. And back they come in transition. Penalty's over. 2-on-1 Warriors. And that's not on. Radar tracker a little off for Whitby in the early going. Kimura back on it. He throws it out. And McComb passes it in, score. Feet out in front of the net. And that could be a big one with 2:40 to go. Whitby getting a little bit of blood stimulating through the body. And that is Kimura, who has made it a 5-2 game. Brandon Green on the draw, picked up by Whitby. As coach brings it back over center. Dropped back. Ben McComb took a hit. Dropped back out. Beatty sends it to the top. McLean walks in. McLean fires. Missed the net. Shot clock down to 5. Picked up by the Warriors. McLean's pass fails to connect, and that will come out in front of the net. Shot clock violation on Whitby. Stealth ball. Delayed penalty, Six Nations for an illegal cross check. And that's one thing that Six Nations really struggled with in the first period, second period as well last night. They spent too much time in the sin bin. Now, if you're Whitby, here's your opportunity. I said you wanted to cut this to a 2-goal game by the end of the first period. If you're the Warriors, you can't complain about not getting opportunities. Warriors on the PP. Back out. McComb. Back out. Shot. Blocked in front. Good defense by the Stealth. Chopped back out. And the Warriors are on it. McComb walks in, fires, bounce straight on, save. Up the floor it goes. Stealth going for the jugular. Comes out in front. That'll be a penalty. No, I thought it was going to be. Six Nations will scoop it up. They bring it into Whitby territory. Green. Brandon Green is able to tiptoe around the line but not step over it. We're in the last minute of play in period 1. Back across. In front, save. A rebound. Ricochets out in front, and then one of the Stealth fall into the net. That was Garlow. Or dare I say he was guided in. And look at Garlow. He gets the ball here. Throws it in front. 2-on-1. Stealth. Big save. Bart Burkholm. 3-second differential shot in game. Delayed penalty. Stealth. Garlow might be getting more than one. Garlow and Camara, a couple of key players on both teams, going at it behind the play. And the Stealth have taken another penalty, and it'll be a 5-on-3 Whitby. And indeed, it's a 2 for slash, 2 for illegal cross-check, 4-minute double minor. Shut off the shot clock, 27.8 to go. Whitby down by 3. Warriors on it. They're whirling around, comes back to the top. Ricochets near side. Kimura sends it. McComb calling for a screen. He shoots. That's turned aside. Picked up by Kimura. Out in front. No goal. Crease violation. No goal. And we've got a slashing call on Six Nations. With 1 second left in the 5-on-3. Slashing the call with 1 second to go in the 5-on-3. That's what I thought it was. And indeed, it's going to be a penalty shot. Boy, if you take that penalty with 1 less second, it's just a 5-on-3. Instead, you give Kai Kimura, a guy who has put up, let's see, 17 points in 4 games in this series, 3 games this series, with an opportunity to make it a 2-goal game. Here's Hearn. Coming on in. Hearn. Turn aside! Oh, Caden Hearn, you're earning your stripes right now, buddy. Wow, what a big save. And that could have been some serious momentum boosting energy going in the way of the Warriors. Instead, it looks like the Stealth will get out of here short-handed, but up by 3. And that'll do it for period 1. We've played 20 here at McKinney. The Six Nations Stealth are down by 2 guys on the scoreboard, but up by 3 goals on that same scoreboard. We'll see if the Stealth can use this intermission to kind of recharge their focus. And if you're Whitby, you know that you'll have plenty of opportunities to start during that second period of play. The Six Nations Stealth and Whitby Warriors playing Game 4 here of the 2026 Meredith Cup semifinals. The Stealth on the verge of going to the finals. The Warriors on the chopping block. Right now, it's 5-2 Six Nations. We'll be back with period number 2. You're watching the 2026 Meredith Cup playoffs on Baby Blue Memories. welcome you back here to McKinney Arena. Second period about to begin. The Six Nation Stealth and the Whitby Warriors. 5-2 lead for the South. Six Nations, however, killing off a 5-on-3. If you're the Warriors, you have to score on this. You have to score at least one. I mean, 3 would be ideal, right? Tie the game up on the power plays. So there's 1:40 left to go in the 5-on-3. And there's also a 4-minute double minor up there. So they'll have chances. Out in front. Oh, what a save in tight. And we've got another penalty coming up on the Stealth. Jason Cayuga is going to get it, and this will mean a penalty shot is coming up for the Warriors. That's the new rule here, folks, remember? Whenever there's 2 penalties up on the board and you get another one, it's a penalty shot.
Let's go, Meredith! Go!
Score! Ben McComb scores on the penalty shot. That'll make it 5-3. And I believe the 129 will now come down and be replaced with a 2. 26 seconds that goal was scored into 26 seconds into the second. 5-3.
Let's go, guys! Everybody in the camera, is that live?
Yes, it is.
Oh boy! Keep up the good work!
Thank you very much. I'll try.
Welcome!
So that's a power play goal for the Warriors. It's a penalty shot. Goal by Ben McComb. And that'll make it 5-3. And I'm trying to figure out if the 129 stays on the board or if it's a 2 that's on the board now. Yeah, okay. 2's up on the board. Stealth leading this by a count of 5-3. 26 seconds in to this second period. And now the Warriors push it back. Whoa, look at this! Someone said Hulk Hogan's in the crowd. It looks like Hulk Hogan's on the floor right now. Wow. 2 players tied up. WWE, I know I kind of went viral for a WWE comment earlier. I'm going to save the WWE spiel, but that definitely looked like WrestleMania live here at McKinney Center. And it's now a 4-on-3 power play for the Warriors. Only 1 penalty going up there, and it's on Whitby. Well, Carter McBride gets the gate for holding. Stealth in possession. And it's stripped and stolen by Whitby. Here goes Whitby pushing it. They got a 3-on-2. We got a whistle. And we got an ejection. Someone just got tossed for the Stealth. I don't know if that's going to be anything on the board or if it's just see you later, get out of here. And that was just a straight up ejection, see you later. I was watching the play develop over here. I didn't see anything behind the play. And honestly, didn't notice anything, any commotion. It might have just been words. Like, don't forget, any kind of language, any kind of insensitive language could result in an automatic suspension and ejection. Well, remember your favorite compliments that you said to your opponent back in the day, back in, geez, how long ago did I play minor lacrosse? 2004. I'm showing my age. That's 22 years ago. That's the last time I played minor lacrosse. My U17 last year. Anything that I would say to an opponent right now would result in me getting thrown out. So yeah, don't be like me. Folks, we have only played 59 seconds in this second period. And that will result in a penalty shot for Whitby. And again, it's Ben McComb. The rematch of the penalty shot which took place earlier in this period. Ben McComb versus Caden Hearn. How do you feel if you're Caden Hearn? 21 minutes into this game, this is already the third penalty shot that you faced. I think Kevin McNaughton might want to talk to his guys. I'm not saying use a timeout right now, but almost use a pseudo timeout right here to try to get your guys cooled down. Here's McComb. Woo! And he is turned away. Oh! All right. So I believe on the score sheet we've got a 10-minute misconduct on Randon Green for abuse of officials. Like you said, any words that you say, you got to pick your words. You can't. I always looked at it like that. I'm a field lacrosse player. I was a much better field lacrosse player than I was box. In field lacrosse, I always addressed the referee by sir or Mr. Referee. Sir or Mr. Referee? No, I was only a third string goalie in Kufla, but I was nominated for league MVP in the Maritime University Field Lacrosse League back in 2012 and 2013. Check it out. It still says it on the website. muffll.ca. I didn't win it, so I guess my claim to fame doesn't go there. Anyway, enough about my past. Let's look at the future here and current present. Six Nation Stealth up 5-3 over Whitby. Turnaround shot, no. And Whitby picks it up. In a minute and 17 seconds, we will have a 5-on-3 for the Warriors for a brief amount of time. Sky takes his man out. 4-on-3 Warriors. Back out. And it comes to the near side where it's Beatty. Beatty across. Crease violation Whitby. Here goes Brian LaForme. Pushing it for the stealth. Breakaway. Nope. And Six Nations going for the jugular, but each time they miss, it comes back the other way. Crease violation Whitby. Back come the stealth. They try it again. That's the crease violation. Back comes Whitby. Comes back out. Caught off the hop. McComb walking in. McComb slides it. Opposite side. Back out in front. They score. Power play goal. And it's Andrew Harder. And that'll make it 5-4 with 17:42 in the second. Man, we've only played 2 minutes and 18 seconds here in the second period. Feels like a whole game has already happened in the second period. the third. Like you mean the 50-50 in the third? Oh, my daughter asking me when am I going to have my money, and she meant the half and half. I guess that means I'm going to win tonight. 4 seconds left in the 4-on-4, and then it'll be a 5-on-4 power play for the Warriors. Ball behind the goal. Come on, they score! Whoa! No, crease violation. All right. I was like, if he did that, he should not be playing C. Great attempt there by number 17, Bryce Doolittle. And now the Warriors on the power play for another 40. Down low, it's broken up, good stick. And back come the Stealth. Riley Hess pushing it for Six Nations. Hess. And his shot deflects off a body. 16:48 to go, period 2. And the Stealth get a shot away. That's turned aside, Burcombe. And that's a through crease on Six Nations. 4 seconds left. And folks, we are at 5-on-5. Oh my goodness. Here come the Stealth on the breakaway opportunity, maybe. Here they go. Shot. That's through crease, Six Nations Whitby ball. Warriors drop it, and now they're able to pick it up, and they'll come back. 5-4 Stealth leading. Kamara sends it over. There's a rifle. No, that was harder with the opportunity. Picked back up by Kamara. Kamara gets it out. McComb swings it out. Shot clock reset. It wasn't supposed to, so the referees would get a manual shot clock count. Intercepted. And Six Nations comes back. Well, if you're the Stealth, you survived all that. You still have the lead. Try to play lacrosse now. Behind the back. And that pass is dropped. Rebound lobs out in front. There's a chance. And now the radar tracker a little off for Six Nations. And we got a penalty call coming up. And Six Nations will go to work on a power play here with 15-13. It's a slashy call. Got a good crowd here at McKinney. Some of the fans starting to voice their opinions. And of course, with the provincials in town, I'm seeing all sorts of jerseys. I saw a Hamilton Bengals, saw a Kitchener jersey, saw shirts, Owen Sound Northmen, North Stars. I saw in the crowd. St. Kitts, which might not be popular to wear around this hood right now, with the Junior A team beating Whitby 7-4 in Game 1 of the finals. Out in front. Shot. Good save, Burcombe in tight. Stealth ball. Comes back out. LaForme sends it over. Near side, LaForme at the top. Crosses. Shot. And the radar tracker a little off for the Stealth once again. Brian LaForme picks it up at the top. LaForme walks in, gets it out. Return feed in front. Stuffed by the defenseman. 7 to shoot. And the Stealth cannot hit the net. There's a bouncer. That's turned aside, Burcombe. Fresh 36 Nations. Played near side. They work it around at the top. LaForme overhander, no. And a rebound. Stays on this side, that side of center. Shot clock down to 8. LaForme crosses it over in front. And that pass fails to connect. 2 to shoot. LaForme has to fire it up. And that's not on. Shot clock violation Stealth. Good defense by the Warriors. Kimura. Or sorry, that's McComb. 13:40 to go, period 2. 5-4, Six Nations leading Whitby. Game 4, 2026 Meredith Cup semifinals. Sky without a stick. Broken up. And back comes Six Nations. Sky looking for it. And the Stealth will regroup here. Power play is over. We're back to 5-on-5. Back out. There's a shot. Shoulder save. Burkholm. Stealth back on it. Another chance. Burkholm the save. He got it with the shoulder. And back comes Whitby. Played up the floor. Kimura dropped it, picks it back up off the hop, and it goes off his stick. Over and back, Whitby reclaims Stealth ball. 12:49 to go in the second. And Peterborough has come back. There's a chance they score! Paulus. And the Stealth restore the 2-goal lead, 6-4. Six Nations over here. Meanwhile, Peterborough has tied the score at Benson Center. It is 6-6 right now. Lakers and the Celtics, they're in the third. Cornwall was up 6-2. And the Lakers out-shooting Cornwall by a heavy load as well, 44-30 right now. You can tell they came out to play. They don't want to spend an extra night in Cornwall. But maybe the Celtics hang on. There's a shot, not on. That'll go into the Whitby bench. Six Nations leading. Feet in front from the Derrier, saved by the Six Nations keeper. Good job by Hearn. Up the floor. And that's dropped. Whitby's on it. Ball's knocked away. Good strip. Ball comes loose, scooped up by the Warriors. They get over center. And that's dropped. Now they fight for it in front of the Whitby bench. And the Stealth are on it at Sky. Back comes Six Nations. Score! Paulus. And the Stealth restore a 3-goal lead. 7-4 with 11:40 to go in the second. Oh, and Peterborough has come back to take the lead over Cornwall, 7-6. We had the Celtics on the chopping block, just like Whitby's on the chopping block here. 7-4 Stealth leading. Whitby wins the draw. Back come the Warriors. McComb drags it out. Back out. In front, crossbar. And look out. I almost hit the referee in the head. Whitby, Beatty, drags it out. Overhand shot, no, we got a delayed penalty coming up to the Stealth. Back in front, McComb, denied. And Rice Doolittle's gonna get it for Six Nations. 7-4 Stealth, Warriors on a power play with 11:02 to play in the second. It seems like this period has gone on for a very long time, and we're not even halfway through the second yet. 7-4 stealth on top, 11 minutes to go. And y'all go for joining us here on this Friday night. Six Nations on the pickup. Sky turning on the Jets. Gets over center. Swings it out. And that is broken up by the Warriors. And Whitby's got numbers here the other way. They score! Power play goal Warriors at 7-5. Carter McBride tucks it in. He goes around the, does what I call the windshield washer goal, windshield wiper goal. Cross-handed, able to tuck it in. 7-5. Stealth win the draw. LaForme is able to straddle the line. Here comes Six Nations. And that's intercepted. Good read, Burcombe. Burcombe's got to get it up the floor. He does. And that pass fails to connect. It bounces back in front off of a Whitby stick. Stealth can't pick it up. And the Warriors scoop it up, 15 to shoot. It's McComb. And McComb walks in. McComb switched on to good stick by Myers. Shot clock violation. Myers never had possession of the ball. Technically, he never had possession of the ball. He was trying to get it. You gotta have possession of the ball before the play starts. And that is a through crease, because that would have been a through crease on Six Nations if they touched it. 9:30 to go in the second. 7-5 Stealth leading. They break through. Here goes Whitby. And that pass is picked off. Headman's up to center. And here comes the Stealth pushing it. A shot by LaForme turned aside. A rebound comes into the Six Nations end of the floor. And that'll be scooped up by Cayuga. Jason Cayuga. Tried to throw it out in front. He did. It comes back out. There's a bouncer. That's blocked. Shot clock down to 10. And the Stealth are on it. Look out, man. Open in front. Quick stick save. A rebound. Burcombe turns it aside. (7-5) Stealth. Kimura catches this one. Spins back towards center, now drifting closer to the goal. Feeds it out. Warriors attacking, and that one hits the post on the bouncer. First 30 Warriors. Back on the outside. Comes to McComb. McComb gets a screen. Ben McComb being chased out by Myers. Good defense by number 5. McComb gets it out. A shot by Beatty. Stick save made. And Stealth ball. And one of the Warriors, Carter McBride, has gone back to the locker room. Here goes Six Nations in front. And that's turned aside. A rebound. We've got an interference call against Whitby. Possession call, so Stealth ball. And the net's off. It's moored. 7:41 to go in the second. 7-5, Six Nations leading. This is the semifinals of the Meredith Cup playoffs. And McBride is back. Maybe you just have to use the washroom. Here comes Six Nations. Overhander by LaForme. Save made and a rebound scooped up by the Warriors. And Burcombe having trouble with it. And Chamois has his arm up, and I believe we've got a penalty coming up. with 7:22 to go in the second. And it's an illegal cross-checking call against the Stealth. .15 to play. McComb at the top. McComb swings it. That one dropped. And a rebound. Karam's back out. Whitby in possession. Played out. McComb turns, shoots, and that's blocked. And that'll go out of play. First 30 Whitby. 6:59 to go in the second. McComb down low. Doolittle trying to stick check, and that shot just goes over. Good work by Beatty. Back out. Pass is deflected. And it's picked up by Doolittle. Doolittle up the floor. Sky picks it up. And Sky taking some time off that clock. 1:12 to go in the Stealth penalty kill. Brandon Bordeaux here. If you're new to the channel, please like it. Give us a subscription. Trying to get the 4K. Sky fires one. That's not on. And the rebound stays on that, or I thought it was going to stay on that side. It does not. Over and back called on the Stealth. Whitby ball with 6:17 to go in the second. 54 ticks to go in the power for the Warriors. McComb gets the return feed. Using the screen. Fire save! Press 30 Whitby. McComb winds up. Shot, save. Rebound. Oh, that's going to be a penalty on Kimura. Kai Kimura is going to sit for 2 or less, and that will kill the power play, which has 26 seconds left on it, although I shouldn't say that with all the penalties that we've seen in this second period. 7-5, 5:49 to go. And Kimura's got the gate for a cross-check, illegal cross-check. Stealth pick it up. Back out. Shot clock down to 8. There's a shot. Patted aside. Stealth now on a power play. But Whitby picks it up. Here come the Warriors. Breakaway opportunity. Save! Big save. Reese Doolittle up the floor. And we've got a whistle. Too many men on the floor on 6 Nations. And the Lakers of Peterborough have gone up 9-6 in Cornwall. It was 6-2 Celtics, but Peterborough, 7 unanswered goals. Meanwhile, over here, we're going to be playing 4-on-4 for the next minute 16. Took a penalty right off the hop. Extra attacker out for Whitby. Back across. Score! So now, to my understanding, that 2-minute will not be put up on the board because it was a delayed call. But that 142 stays up there because it's not a power play goal. Unless the 142 comes down and they put the 2 up. 7-6 goaltender's timeout. 4:47 to go in the second. And they have gone final in Cornwall. The Peterborough Lakers, for a third straight year, are going to the Meredith Cup final. The Celtics had them right where they wanted them, but the Lakers played like the two-time defending Meredith Cup champions today. And that is a 5-minute major up on Sky. And that is 1 goal off the major. Folks, we got 4:47 left to go. This period has lasted 36 minutes. And we still got 4:47 to go. Now, remember we went to Akwesasne when the Hunters, Junior C Hunters and the Lightning played. The second period lasted 59 minutes. I swear I was sick to my stomach. Almost went a full hour. Second period started at 7:49, ended 8:48. And that's 1 goal off the Six Nations 5-minute major. Reform. And the Stealth do keep it in on this side. It will be a 5-on-3 in 40 seconds. Reform. 12 to shoot. Gets it out. Shot. Burkholm handles that. $17 to go in the 4-on-3 power play for the Warriors, and that shot misses. Look out, Six Nations has a beat on it. It's Montour. Montour scores! A breakaway goal. Ryerson Montour, who got the overtime winner last night, has a big shorty for Six Nations. It's 8-6 with 3:55 to go in the second, I guess. 8-6 Stealth. And the Stealth win the draw. It's now 5-on-3. Uh-oh. And that is a 8-second call on Six Nations Whitby ball. And it is now a 5-on-3 Warriors. Back out. Now low, they score! That's Andrew Harder who's got his second. That goal was scored on the 5-on-3. So now there is 1 goal technically scored on the major. That was on the delayed call. But Whitby still has 3:43 of power play time. They can score 1 goal on this major. And the never-ending period continues, folks. I really wish I kept track of what time they actually started this second period. This period has now gone on officially for 36. It's 36 minutes now. Okay, so I gave it a little bit too much height before. And you know what? They're talking on the bench. I don't actually know if that was scored 5-on-3 or 5-on-4. I really don't know. If that was scored 5-on-4, that's the second goal off the major. If that was scored 5-on-3, they still got one more goal to go on the major. And, well, the fun continues here in this never-ending second period. Well, the winner of this series will advance to play the Peterborough Lakers, who took down Cornwall 3-0 with a 9-6 win at Benson Center tonight. As the Stealth bring it back in. 8-7 Stealth leading. 3:13 to go, period 2. Garlow gets a pick. And they gotta shoot it. Garlow will just trap it and take the shot clock violation. 2:55 to go. The major has more time on it than the period does, so Six Nations obviously hoping that they still got 11 seconds to kill off the penalty when the third period starts. Warriors can get one more off of that power play, off of this major. Camara back out, McComb walks in, fire, save! And now the Stealth pushing it up the floor, shot, score! Mason McNaughton short-handed. Well, as we say, Six Nations, when they're short-handed, they like to go for the jugular. It's a high-risk, high-reward strategy, and that risk was well worth the reward there. Instead of taking 30 seconds off the time, they go for it, and it's now 9-7 Stealth. What a great pass by Logan Dockstader, 27. Face-off violation on the Stealth. Warriors ball. 2.5 to go. Harder. McComb to Harder. Back out to McComb. Shoots and he scores! Power play goal. It's 9-8. And the wide open play continues here in the second period. It's now 9-8. So that's the second goal off the major. They can actually take the major off the board now, but the man still has to serve it. Sky still has to serve his penalty. Whitby wins it. 9-8. Now at the house. There's the shot, and it's turned away. Back comes Six Nations. Stealth 9, Warriors 8. Feed behind the goal. And that is turned over by the Stealth. 100 seconds left in period 2. Some commotion going on behind the play. Picked up by McComb. Back in front, they score! It's Carter McBride who has tied the game 9-9. 1:25 to go in the second period. Yes, folks, I know it's 10:30. This is only the second period. Goaltender's timeout. Okay, now this period has gone on for 41 minutes. Opening face-off was at 9:48. Or 9:49 technically. So we're at full strength. We're at even strength, full strength 5-on-5, even though the Stealth have one guy in the box. Six Nations picks it up. Reese Doolittle drops it back. Rowe. Swings it out. Moving pick Six Nations Whitby ball. Final minute of play in the second. On the near side, there's a shot. Save made by Hearn. Stealth, catch it. Good hustle by Six Nations, down to 40. 21-second differential shot in game clock. Back out. Around the screen, 5 to go on the shot. Comes back out. There's a bouncer. They score! Jason Cayuga. Instead of a pick and roll, it's a pick and pop. And Cayuga with a bouncer from 35 feet out. And the Stealth are back in front here. It's 10-9. And this has been one of the more entertaining periods we've had all season. I guess they're just gonna wait for the period to end before they take that major off. Sky will not be able to come out of the box. Timeout Stealth. The Sky won't be able to come out of the box until a dead ball at 19:48 of the third. Timeout Stealth. 21.8 seconds to go in period number 2. This is the only game, I believe, going on in Ontario right now. The Senior B Rivermen game is done. The Senior B Mohawks game is done. The OJLL game 1 of the final is done. Peterborough Cornwall, the other series, that game is done. That series is over. The winner of this series is going to be playing against the Peterborough Lakers, the 2-time defending Meredith Cup champions. Here it's 10-9 Stealth. 21.8 remaining. Six Nations is called for time. So the Stealth have pulled their goalie for the extra attacker. It'll be 6-on-5, Six Nations. Here comes the Stealth. 13 to go. Carlo holding. 9 to go. Down to 8. Down to 7. Carlo back out. LaForme. Fires. Save Burcombe. Down the floor. Just missed. And amazingly, after 45 minutes, this second period is over. The Stealth lead the Warriors 10-9, hoping to punch a ticket through to a final showdown against Peterborough. Whitby hoping to punch a ticket through to Game 5 on Sunday at the ILA. Your score after 40 minutes, Six Nations Stealth 10, Whitby Warriors 9. You're watching the 2026 Meredith Cup playoffs on Baby Blue Memories. We'll be right back. All right, folks. This game started at 9 o'clock. 8:59 was the playing of the national anthems. And we're only starting the third period now at 10:44. Either we are 20 minutes away from a Stealth Lakers final, or we are 20 minutes away from Game 5, and we've got an interference call on Six Nations Whitby ball to start this final stanza. The Six Nations Stealth in black, the Whitby Warriors in white. 10-9 lead for the Stealth. Comes back out. Shot through traffic, no. Rebound, comes back to the top. Bounced over. There's the spinorama. And it's poked back out. Hit back into the Six Nations zone. Folks, we played 41 seconds. Last period, it took us 8 minutes to get through 41 seconds. This game started at 9. Here come the Stealth. Brian the form. Swings it, that one gets away. Picked up by Six Nations. 10 to go. A shot, no. Rebound caught. Powell's in front. Score! Jackson Henhock. And the Stealth go up by 2. Well, this all happens because a shot comes in, it misses, and it's caught on the other end, and Henhock resets and gets open. So the Stealth back up by 2. As the Warriors bring it back in. Here's Ben Lacombe. McComb moving in, got knocked away. Beatty winding in. Beatty fires, save. A rebound, and the Stealth are on it. Six Nations jets over center. And Sky, who was able to return after that goal was scored. Out in front, and that pass fails to connect with LaForme. And we've got an injured Stealth. And we've got an injury on the play. Here you see the Stealth player down. We will not film this. We don't film injuries. I don't like to do that. Six Nations does have their trainer coming out there to tend to the injured Six Nations player holding. I don't want to speculate where he's holding, but it could be, it's his upper body. It could be his collarbone, could be his shoulder. It's looking like it's that area. 18:01 to go here in period 3. The Six Nations Stealth leading the Whitby Warriors by a count of 11-9. Brandon Bordeaux on the mic and the camera. And we're hoping that you're enjoying this presentation here on this Friday evening. We're coming to you live from McKinney. And Jason Cayuga, the injured Stealth, going back, holding what appears to be his left arm, or no, it might be his right collarbone. Or his right shoulder. So the Stealth will have possession. Oh, and he's having a hard time getting back to the bench. Jason Cayuga needed to be helped to get to the bench. He was able to physically walk there, but grimacing in pain. And now the Stealth regroup here on offense. Pass is off the mark. A rebound scooped up by Powell. It's out in front. Here's a chance. Turned aside, good save, Burkholm. Rebound flipped back into stealth territory, and Six Nations is on it. Rowe, back into Whitby territory. Rowe, around the screen, walking in, shot, save, rebound, picked up by Whitby. Oh, knocked away by the stealth. The Warriors are back on it. And we've got a penalty coming up on the Warriors. There's one penalty to Whitby for sure. That's an illegal cross-check on Whitby, and the stealth will go to work on a man advantage. 17:20 to go. This power play getting started for Six Nations. They're up 11-9. 17:05 to go. Rowe gets the return feed. Back out. A shot fails to connect. A rebound will go into the Warriors bench. Whitby ball. 27 seconds gone by in the power play for Six Nations. Here come the Warriors. McComb back out. Toppling drops it back out. There's a shot and it's turned aside. As Hearn turns aside McBride. Here comes Six Nations. Linebacker leaves it. Ryan LaForme. Linebacker. Brian LaForme gets back to the center, now drops it off. There's a shot blocked. And that stung Longbolt. Now go up and Whitby ball. Liam Longbolt with the block shot, laying his body on the line. It takes sacrifices like that if you want to win in the playoffs. Back come the Warriors. 11-9 stealth on top. Bennett behind the net. Priest. Stealth ball. And something's up with the mask or the helmet? Oh, they just call it goalie timeout. All right. It is getting a little humid here in McKinney. And as you see, pretty good crowd on tap here. Game 4 of the series. Brooklyn Merchants and the Owen Sound North Stars playing Game 3 in Senior B tomorrow. That's just the Ontario Lacrosse League. That's what they call it. What we call the OLA Senior B is the OLL. OJLL is what we call OLA Junior A. Major Series is what we call Senior A. Here come the stealth. Back out. LaForme at the top. Swings it to his left. In front. Big save, Burkholm. Six Nations on it. Carlo back out. To the top. Down low. Oh! No, that did not hit the net. Okay, no shot, no shot. Shot clock at 17. Drop back out. Brian LaForme. Turned aside. Rebound swept back next to us. And the Stealth are on it. Fresh 30, Six Nations. In front. Kick save. Rebound back behind the goal. Fresh 30, Stealth. 14:57 to go. LaForme behind the goal. Surveys. Out to the opposite side. Back to LaForme. Tried to quick stick it. Got it back on the same motion. Ryan LaForme spins back. Keeps the stick away. Swings it. There's a bouncer and a save made Rebound loose at the house. Picked up by Whitby. McBride tied up. Carter McBride. Moving pick on the Warriors. Stealth ball. Here comes Six Nations. 14.5 to go. LaForme surveys. Back out near side. A quick stick save. A rebound back behind the goal. And Whitby's on it. Penalty coming up to the Stealth. Back out. Extra attacker Whitby. Kamara. Right, Kamara walking in. He shoots. Save. Stealth pick it up, and Six Nations will have to kill off a penalty. 13:56 to go. Power play, Whitby. This is the 2026 Meredith Cup semifinals. 11-9 Stealth leading. Warriors on the power play. Comes back out. And that one's not on. There's a home run pass. Picked up by Six Nations. The Stealth settle it in. Six Nations has 1:20 to kill. Delayed penalty Warriors. Stealth still on. That's a shot clock violation. Great work by Powless. And Riker Powless draws a penalty. Whitby will take it. It's 4-on-4. With 13:06 to go on this one. The Six Nations Stealth and the Whitby Warriors, Brandon Bordeaux, on the mic and on the camera, pulling double duty. And yes, it is 10:56. This is live. This game started at 9. And we had a pretty long second period. LaForme in front, shot over the top of the goal, picked back up by the Stealth behind the net. Pass, handcuff LaForme, he'll pick it back up, 15 to shoot. LaForme, post! Picked up by the Stealth. That's thrown down the floor, amazingly caught! Thanos screaming for a reset. Whitby picks it up, and now they'll get a reset anyway. 4-on-4 here for the next 20. That's turned aside. Or no, blocked, sorry, never got through. There's a shot, he scored! Carter McBride with a blast. Low short side. And it makes it 11-10 just as the Whitby penalty expired. So does that count as a shorthanded goal when the penalty clock's at 0? It was 4-on-4. All right. I don't know if that counts as a shorty or not. Anyway, it's a goal. I don't think Whitby cares how they get him. They just care that they get him. 11-10, but the Stealth are now on a power play. Shot, save. Rebound, Whitby on it. Powless knocks it free. Stolen by the Stealth. Comes in front, pats it, Burko! Bounces in front of us, picked up by the Warriors. Hoagley pushing it. Six Nations has a man camped out all the way down here. That's Riker powerless. We're back at full strength. Moving pick on the Warrior stealth ball. 11 minutes to go. This is the third and final stanza potentially after game 3 went to OT. Back come the stealth. LaForme. Back out. Powerless. Gets back to the top. Swings it over. A shot. Turned aside. Don't forget about the effort that Burcombe has displayed here in the last little bit. That is blocked. Now Whitby brings it in. McComb turned aside, and the stealth are on it. Up the floor it goes. Sky picks it up. And Sky slows it. Drags it out. Moving in. There's a shot. Shoulder save. A rebound. Warriors are on it. Here comes Whitby pushing it into Six Nations territory. Comes back out. Kimura. Shot comes in. Locked in front. 13 to shoot. Opposite side. There's a cranker. Missed the net. Picked up by the stealth. Played up the floor. And that will roll right on. Good pass by Burcombe. 9:30 remaining. Carter gets it out. There's a shot through traffic, and that went off of a stealth player and out of play. Whitby ball. McBride in. Oh, that's McLean, sorry, the chance. Bennett McLean. Now in front, tucked wide. Bennett McLean picks it back up for Whitby. McLean has Kimura coming off the bench. McLean fires. Can't sneak it in. Back on the stealth. Powerless. Over center. Riker powerless. Turning the corner, one hands it back out. That's over and back on the stealth. Whitby ball with 8:47 to play. Ben McComb sends it out. McBride, McComb, left strong. 3 lefties, 2 righties out there for the Warriors. Myers with the switch. There's a shot. Score! It sneaks through. Matt Cairns lets it go. And with 8:29 to go, the Warriors have tied the game. It's 11-11. Delayed penalty with stealth. Burcombe goes to the bench for the extra attacker. 8:10 to go. Extra attacker off for Whitby. Score! Kimura lets it go. For the first time since the first period, Whitby is in front. It's 12-11.
Let's go, Coleman! Let's go, Coleman! Let's go, Coleman!
I think it's safe to say that In addition to Whitby, there's no one else that wants a Game 5 more than the Peterborough Lakers, who clinched the spot into the final with a win tonight over the Celtics of Cornwall. 8 minutes remaining. Whitby 12, Stealth 11. Played out. There's a rifle! No. And a rebound over and back, Whitby. And now it's the Stealth who have to play from behind in the third, just like they had to last night. Powless picks it up for Six Nations. And a moving pick called on the form. Played up the floor. That's a guy that Six Nations would love to see get going here on offense. Brian LaForme. Doing his damage. He's got 4 assists tonight, but they need him to get goals. He still has 7:22 to go to make that mark on here. There's a shot. No. A rebound, McBride in pursuit. Over and back on the Stealth. Warriors ball. Going back up top. McComb. Drags it out. And that's turned aside. Good save. Up the floor. And the Stealth are throwing it away. Repeatedly, they should just try to get into an offensive set. Whitby on a 3-0 run. They're back in front here. First lead since the first period. 12-11 Whitby leading. Back across. Kimura in front. Open look. Shot. And it'll be a fresh 30 for the Warriors as that went out of play. Cairns back up top. Matt Cairns fires one, not on, and a rebound comes back out. And look how we got a foot race. Stealth in on a breakaway. Pad save! Rebound! Save! Man, that was so crazy I knocked my own water bottle down. All right, come the Warriors, bringing it back in. 12-11. And what a surprise, it's going down to the wire just like it has each of the last 2 games. Back out, 7 to shoot. Ball knocked away. Good defense by Myers. Shot clock violation. As they all go bumper cars at the end of that shot clock. It's like a mosh pit featuring equipment. And more maliciousness. Powell is doubled. Gets it out. They throw it away. And that is a turnover on the Stealth. (12-11). Six Nations trailing. Back across. Caught. Cairns against Myers. Cairns back out. Far side. Shot clock down to 9. Right strong. There's a bouncer. Not on. That'll come right back out to Cairns, and he's on the line. So over and back called on Whitby. Stealth ball. 4:45 to go. Six Nations trailing by 1. Out in front. That's knocked away. Picked back up by Cayuga. Jason Cayuga. Back out. LaForme in front. That one deflects. And it's scooped up by Burcombe. Up the floor. Caught at center by McBride. Carter McBride has a look in the middle. And he hits harder with the pass. 4 minutes to go. It's dropped. 3 seconds to go, a shot. Turned aside, and it goes out of play. Whitby's got a fresh 30 with 3:50 to go. Warriors 12, Stealth 11. Game 4. 2026 Meredith Cup semis. Comes out. Across, it's broken up and stolen. Breakaway opportunity for the Stealth. Sky! Turned aside! And you know what? I'll tell you what. When it was 11-9, Liam Burkholm was holding the Warriors in there. You got to give props to this young man for the way he's played in this game. I don't care about the GAA. He's making the saves when he has to. There's a shot. No, a rebound. McBride stuffed at the tip of the net. At the tip of the crease, I should say. And now Six Nations brings it back in. Well formed. This is the guy at Six Nations would love to see rolling right now, Brian LaForme. Back out. Garlow sets the screen. Goes back to the goalie. Play up the floor. Intercepted by Baker. 2:25 to go. Whitby 12, Six Nations 11. Third straight game in this series that's going down to the wire. Back in front, and that pass hops. Knocked away. A shot through traffic is deflected. Myers is on it for the Stealth. Here comes Six Nations. Can the Stealth pull the rabbit out of the hat? Down by 1. A shot off of Warrior's body and out of play. LaForme. He's been a magician at times. 100 seconds to go. LaForme picks it up. LaForme open, and that one deflects. Rebound comes back towards the bench. LaForme missed it. Knocks it back towards us. And the Warriors will scoop it up. Stealth couldn't even get a shot off there. Here comes Whitby pushing it. One of the Stealth players fall. 75 ticks to go. Warriors 12, Stealth 11. 10 to go on the shot. Cairns driving. That's a shot clock violation. Stealth ball. Here we go. Turn to the bench. Extra attacker Stealth. LaForme. Garlow. Powerless. LaForme. Behind the net. Garlow tied up. Cairns finds it. Cairns has an open net. Cairns in. He's missed it. A rebound. What a save. He scored. Wow, that could have been. Imagine if the Stealth brought it back after that. Great effort in tight by the Six Nations defender. And the Whitby Warriors will force a game 5 back at the OLA on Sunday night. $13-11. 19.7 to go. Stealth has pulled the goalie. Pick back up. Penalty coming up to the Stealth. That is the game. And the Whitby Warriors survive and force Game 5 with the Six Nation stealth. So Game 5 of the series will be on Sunday. Whitby wanted Game 5, but you know who else wanted Game 5? The Peterborough Lakers, and they're sitting home watching, waiting to see who they will be playing in the final. But the Warriors and Stealth, through 4 games, the home team has won every game. And Six Nations will have the home court advantage in Game 5. Your final score tonight here at McKinney Center, the Whitby Warriors 13, the Six Nations Stealth 11. We thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 for the U13 Team 2 Ganawagi Mohawks and Huntsville Hawks. Until tomorrow. What do you want?